Dear member states, panelists, stakeholders, distinguished colleagues. I can speak in English, but today I would like to speak in Spanish because I come from the south and it's an honor to stand out the language where I come from. Latin America is one of the regions where the people are integrated by the language. Hoy mi voz.
Today I speak on behalf of all the children and youth of Latin America. It is the voice of the civil society of Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago. When I was invited as panelist, I began talking with Latin American youth in order to convey today as many voices as possible, for one voice has no echo, but many do. I come from the Amazon, the Atacama Desert, as well as the Perito Moreno Glacier. I come way back from Latin America. I traveled all the way from Argentina. I will never tire of saying how rich is my country and my region, because wealth is not measured for me in money, but in nature. I'm 23 years old, and some say that I'm following a utopia to advocate a sound, healthy, and sustainable environment. Let me share the following. We have been warned time and again by scientists that if we continue to use unsustainable production and consumption patterns, if we continue to punish the earth, environmental damage will continue to be irreversible. It's terrible to think that we are the ones who ourselves are doing this to our home. We continue to be unaware, and yet it's a crucial year. We must act. We're about to defining a new sustainable development, a new era, from adopting the SDGs to the Global Agreement for Climate Change in December of this year. To the member states, may I say, I urge you that you reaffirm every day the responsibility of each country to ensure a sound, healthy, and sustainable level for all citizens. We, young people and children, are open to an intergenerational participation, and let us not forget that it is we, the young, that will have to advance the post-2015 agenda. The children and youth of Latin America, whose voice I'm transmitting here, I'd like to refer to the sustainability of water resources, participation in decision-making over our own natural resources, industrial pollution, and the problems of solid urban waste, environmental sustainability and adaptation of agriculture to deal with climate change in Peru, to give an example. We insist to have accountability, more public-private alliances, and first and foremost, honest and transparent management. We know that by creating these new institutions, we can implement this post-2015 agenda. We all have one destiny, and we all walk along the same path. The new agenda goes beyond caring for the environment and fighting disease such as HIV. Youth in Latin America knows that this is a joint venture, a shared path between associations, states, businesses, and citizens. If we don't want to leave anyone behind a curtain of fire, cooperation between government and civil society is crucial to achieve these objectives. We live in a world of poverty, and it's vital to have a truly inclusive and participative process to help our governments to create the national, rational, necessary public policies so that we all have an opportunity to implement the new agenda. there is an obligation to have a true and effective participation and inclusion of youth and institutions of civil society and businesses. We must make this the heart of our common destiny. The post-2015 agenda must be implemented holistically and integrally without leaving anyone behind. The only way to build a united world is by opening possibilities for dialogue and participation. In order efficiently to implement this agenda fully, we must use a major tool, a constantly evolving educational system which leads to world citizens. World citizens are those which are not only educated in theories, but in values. Youth, we the young, have been taught such values, and the post-2015 agenda. I'd like to invite you to use and abuse this weapon, because if we can have knowledge explode, ignorance will fizzle out. We must all act together, governments, institutions, public and private, and citizens, to achieve dignity, solidarity, and justice. I plead that we, children and youth, be included. I'm addressing member states, because we all want a better future for our own country. I urge you all to ensure that there are specific mechanisms and means so that the task of implementing the post-2015 agenda be united action rather than acting in silos. Let me tell you something important. You are not alone. Many of us, young and not so young, with a sense of responsibility which this implies, we are linking together to create the nations we deserve, which are fair, united, equitable, and sustainable. Thank you very much.